Hi guys, welcome to Balkan Dungeons. So now I'm in Balkan Dungeons. So everything I had in all my workshops, in the workshop where I had, so it all came in the dungeon. So at the bottom of my building, I live in a building. I'm not the lucky ones that have a yard and then a garage in the yard. Never had that. So anyway, here's my thoughts. That's a two-stroke. This Japanese guy crossed an ocean on an engine like this, without any wind. I got the 3.5, which is the same as just something different in the carburetor. You take out something and then the same carburetor opens more, so then it becomes a 3.5. Okay, so let's go back to football. Yeah, so here's the model. Why do I need a football? I need it to be here. I need it to just be here and stay there. Now, I don't like the normal Fender. Let me draw one for you. You know, that goes like this. And it's got at the top that hard plastic where the rope gets tied on, and at the bottom. I don't like that model. You're going to smash up my whole edge over here. You're going to do so much damage to me, I won't know what my name is. Now, I came up with a system of like connecting him diagonally, which means something here and a something here. I can't get inside to tighten up the bolts. It's all too far away for me from inside the boat to get to all this shit. This teapot's too big, man. It's got to get cut like that. But anyway, let's just do the other stuff now. So the ball has to be here in the middle. So then I can loft up against a higher thing than me or a wall. This boat, all I need is one fender on this boat. There. And it's got to be a ball. Because a normal fender hanging like that, let's say the boat goes off, goes up from a big ship coming in, and then it goes off. And it can leave the fender on other boats, you know what I'm saying? And the fender can climb up on top of the deck, and then you get to smash up the edge, and then you got a hole in your boat. So like, I need the connection point to be somewhere there. So that's why I invented my boxing ball the other day, man. Whoa, man, what a nice little ball, man. Oh yeah, man. Like, it's so much fun, you know, boxing the fender. And the fender can be a boxing fender, it can even be a football. Let's say I land on an island. I've been stranded away at sea for 7.5 weeks. I ran out of food and water. I finally got drifted onto an island. And there's a bunch of kids over there. I can take my football fender and we can do football. Let's say that I'm hanging there and every day they're showing up kind of, and I don't know what to do with them. So I can also give them to them and like Gingy kind of a thing. Oh yeah, Gingy, he moved on. And thank God he did. Let me tell you a quick story and I'll close. Balkan Dungeons. So it was the last day of me in town, and so Gingy jumps in the car, and I said to him, "Yo, Pitbull, you want to go for a drive?" So he says, "Yes." Well, I don't know what he said. So then we're driving from the one workshop to the other place where the boat was. When I get there, on the way there, just before there, so Gingy all the way is like a Pitbull. He's on my lap, and his two paws are on the window. The window's open. And he's looking out with his head like this. And I'm like, yo, man, it's a little pit bull, man. Gingy's a pit bull. I don't know cats. I never had a cat. I had only dogs all my life. Gingy jumps out the window. He almost got hit by a car coming from this way. So he ran that way. So then he almost got hit by a car coming from this way. So then he ran that way and he went into a garden. I saw this happening in the millers and in front of me and all this stuff. So then I stopped my car and I went back. And the cars went by. And I went back to look for Gingy. He ran away, he escaped, he was fine, he never got hit. He escaped into a garden. Ever since I go through that place, because that was one of my workshops, so I go there a lot, I've been looking around. I can't see Gingy. Gingy was such a cool cat that some kid fell in love with him and that cat went to live in a house of somebody. Versus if Gingy would have stayed after me because I am going. I have gone. I don't work in a workshop anymore down there. There's Lonia. Lonia's my neighbor, he's the car mechanic. I have seen in the last 2 or 3 years, 10 cats die at Lonia's place. He always comes in with 3 or 4 kittens, then nobody survives. They either get run over because they were a stupid cat, what's he doing there? They either die of some disease, what the fuck did you do to yourself, you stupid cat, where have you been, what have you been touching? It's like it's the cat's fault all the time that it's died. But I don't know why they have a habit of dying over there. Because he doesn't know how to treat animals. His dog lives on a meter of a chain. And when his dog's back is all rubbed because the chain is rubbing on his dog's back, so his back hasn't got hair, so then he comes and he puts grease on top of that. I don't know, they say it's good. I don't know. I don't understand that stuff, but it's like, why do you rub the dog's back on his chain anyway? Why? Because the chain's a meter and it's held high up, so the dog when he's running this way and that way, so the chain is rubbing. these people don't understand that an animal is alive, you know, and that if you've taken on, you know, then you should be on, you know. So Gingy, instead of staying in the yard and continuing a life with him, because he would be feeding this cat, and probably killed it in 6 months or something, he jumped into my car. I, with all my stupidity, took him for a drive. He saved his life. He jumped out of the window. And then everybody tells me, you can't drive a cat in a car, man. It's not a dog. But Gingy was a pit bull, so that's why I did it. So, and that's why I saved his life. So the Balkan shipyards guys, yes. Oh, by the way, yeah, I will confess. The pipe was full of tobacco, but the cup was full of liquor. We're still New Year's. Take care, guys. I'm not working all winter. So today I rode my bike. I've been riding for like, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours already. I've been riding today. Now I'm going in the garage to fix stuff, connect stuff. All this mess, it's all rigging. It's all happening over here. Yesterday I was at the Black Sea. Yesterday I drove down to the Black Sea and I came back. And now I've got to know how to fix the engine stuff. I've got to weld stuff onto the engine. That's a long story, but the engine falls under my deck. So if this is my boat, so then here's the hole. So then the engine goes down and his head is under the deck. So I'm making him now a metal frame like this. I'm making him a yoke that comes onto the side of him with my tiller handle coming out here at the top. So I can drive him, and I've got that. And then the engine is down there. And now it's a swivel engine around itself like an alarm clock. It's an alarm clock engine. They don't have the forward and reverse gear. So that means that I can swivel him because I'm a shunter. So let's say I'm sailing in the ocean. Let's say the engine is mounted. Let's say the thing that goes down is like that. It's got a what do you call that thing that goes down on a swing thing? And the engine's on a swing thing, and there's a hole in deck. So the engine, he goes down, he disappears under deck, which is very bad. He's on his swing thing. But he can drive the boat forward, and he can drive the boat backwards the same, because it's a shunter. So if you shunt it, let's say you're going in zero wind and you want to get in there today. So if you can put your engine down and give yourself a little push and stuff, but you're a long way, but you're sailing. Let's say you're sailing, you know. So you want to keep the sailing part, because you got 5 liters of fuel. That's all you're carrying. You're not carrying more than 5 liters of fuel on this boat, because you can barely carry yourself. You're going to count exactly 1 fork or 2 forks. If Zhenya comes, then it's 2 forks. There's no more to carry. This is zero payload. This is like 350 kilos, I think, of payload maximum. Maybe 400 would be the maximum I've got. And that's for like 2 sailor for ocean stuff. Going like over oceans and stuff. I want to go far, because I've been doing this for more than a decade, and I want to just cross an ocean with this boat and see what long sailing is about, you know, kind of stuff. Me, when I sailed from England to here, so we were doing day sailing and stuff, and I was navigating most of the time, no GPS. I would just not turn that piece of junk on. And I was buying charts all the way. I didn't have a chart plot, I had a GPS with numbers. But I was buying, so I had to buy charts. So I had the charts. So I was sailing on the charts, but I wasn't checking the numbers at many stages. And I was usually very light on. So yeah, I learned how to navigate like that. But then I was doing day sailing from England to here, yes. And then I did a few night sailings, yes. Of course you can. I mean, you can't. I mean, you're crossing over to an island, let's say when you're sailing to Corsica, or let's say when I sailed north, when I crossed the channel from England to North Brittany, so yeah, so then you've been out at night a few times, you know, but it's not the long cruising thing that I want to do. Jenna doesn't like the night. Okay, guys, I'm switching off so now. Happy New Year. Yeah, the force is strong. Keep shunting. And jungle again. Balkan shipyards.